If you've seen my work, then you know that I love to use color. To me, it helps create a hyper-real world that the viewer wants to be a part of. Each color, if calculated and selected correctly, can add depth to an image or evoke a very specific emotion from the audience. In this video, I want to show you the true power of color and how you can use it to make your images feel like they have more depth. On this shoot, we set out to take a few shots of these awesome New Balance sneakers. Now, shooting product is tough because you ultimately want to represent the item in its true form. You want the customer to fall in love with the creator's color and texture choices. So most of the time, that means shooting with a standard, soft white key light and keeping your shadows to a minimum. Well, that just sounds boring. So we set out to light these shoes in a more interesting way without drastically changing the way they look. First, it's about picking the right lens. And for this, I used my favorite 135mm, bought at a store for $35 lens that creates this beautiful, shallow focus and dreamy world. Next, it was about finding the right angle for the key light. I needed to find a position that accentuated the textures while adding a sense of excitement to the image overall. Now, the main color of the shoe is pink. I want to use a contrasting color to add depth. So the easiest way to do this is to get your hands on a color wheel. Locate pink, and then go to the opposite side and start with that color. Now, this is all in theory, of course. You really can't tell what it's going to do until it's in front of the lens. Now look at what this shade of blue does. It almost acts like a black light, making the pink jump right off the screen. It adds loads of depth to the image with just a single light. Now, to add even more depth, we set up a backlight. I love using an overexposed backlight to help pull the object off the background while also creating a lens flare. Basically what it does is it makes the world outside the frame feel bigger and more epic. So what color should this backlight be? Well, we could go white, but why not add even more depth with it? So look at where that blue falls on the color wheel and pick another contrasting color. We'll go with sort of a warm amber look. Look at how much more this image pops now. This is two lights, guys. A light with blue and a light with amber. That's simple. Now, as you can see on set, I like to put my color on the lights using color gels. I can't stress enough to use a color calibrated monitor, especially when you're experimenting like this on set. We're using the Azo ColorEdge CG277 connected to the live tethering setup with my laptop. This enables me to be very specific with my gel choices, and I can rest assured that what I'm seeing is actually being captured. I'll also use the same monitor in post-production, tweaking the overall contrast of the image and slightly shifting the hue of its colors. As you can see, I really didn't do that much. That's because I took the time beforehand and carefully picked my colors and made sure I was shooting with a color calibrated monitor. So as you can see, being very specific with color and how you use it can take what would normally be a boring photo shoot and make it feel like $1 million.